start again. It's a redskin.
Can you see this? I just want to work on my car. And there's like a million of these damn flies just buzzing everywhere. And it's like, makes it impossible. And the thing is, you try and work on the car or anything, and they just land, and they kind of like target your ears and your nose. And completely frustrating. It's like, okay, do you see them anywhere else? I don't see them anywhere here, over here, anywhere here. They all want to hang around my car. Maybe if I had like 1,000 tiki torches kind of like lined up around the car, they would like flock to those things. I don't know. Maybe I've been working too hard lately. But I decided to go ahead and chase the threads for these bolts for the seats, seat rails. And so I knew they were going to be hard to do because I sprayed the Raptor liner on there. And I pretty much got them all done. That one's there. And then, so I got them all done. And then came to this guy. And for the reasons that are beyond me, and it wasn't apparent, but I didn't realize that that thread pattern on that side, just that one side, is bigger than all these other three. I'm assuming it's bigger because you need a bigger bolt and because the seat belt is attached to that side. But I didn't realize that until now. So today is Wednesday. Monday was 98 degrees. Some parts of California and Arizona were like 130, which is hot. Like I said, that was Monday. Tuesday was really windy. It actually blew off. I don't know if you can see it, but it blew off a lot of these shingles that are up here. And today is Wednesday morning. It looks like, yeah. And we're only like the beginning of September. Usually, we don't get snow until around the end of October. So, yeah. I'm not sure what the hell's going on. It's just a part of being 2020, I guess. I don't know. Everything sucks. So I was hoping to at least get a couple of more weeks, maybe even a month, working on the car before I had to take it to storage. But it looks like that it's not going to happen. Now, this pile of stuff that you see here that's covered all in snow, somebody actually gave me a 10 by 20 kind of carport canopy type deal. And I was going to try and put that together. So hopefully, I could still work on the car and not worry about this stuff. Yesterday I ended up making that gate that's over there. I welded it all together and put it on together through our hurricane force winds, and finally got it on. And then, like I say, it started raining about 7, I guess. And then after that, it turned into snow. You can just see that everything is covered. I mean, it's not a lot of snow, and most likely it will probably melt, and it'll get warmer, hopefully. But for now, we're all bundled up. Just a little upset today. Well, with the weather and all the sudden change is just kind of a little too much to handle. But all last week I was working on these titanium pedals. Did a lot of footage, and went today to look at the footage on the computer, and it was gone. So yeah, it was going to be a really nice video. I mean, I spent pretty much all day, I don't know, a couple of days ago, kind of editing the video and kind of showing every little part that I did making these pedals. And so yeah, it was going to be a really nice video. And then, like I said, I went today to check it out, and all of the footage was gone. Well, when I had uploaded it onto the computer, I deleted it off my phone or my camera. And so I went and I looked on my camera, and I was like, okay, I'll just redo it. It was gone. I do have, well, I made these pedals out of 1/4-inch titanium, and I had to use my bandsaw, the metal cutting bandsaw, to cut the titanium. And I originally started with a 4.5-inch angle grinder trying to cut it. And titanium, God, that stuff is so hard. I finally used the bandsaw to cut it, and then I drilled all the holes. I bought these drill bits, cobalt drill bits that were like $10 each. Drilled the holes, and then heat blued them. They came out really nice, and I'll show you pictures of them. But I also still got to make the dead pedal, so it's you'll probably see that video in this segment, because I haven't gotten the 1/8-inch titanium yet. So once that comes in, I'll make the dead pedal, and I'll show you them all together. So a few days ago, I ordered these to go along with the bolts for the seat mounts. As you know, the three of the bolts are smaller than these ones. They're like M8s, and the one of the corner ones in the back is a M12. So I ordered these little stubby guys because they got to fit underneath a platform that's on the rail. I gotta clean them up and blue them just like I did the other ones. And I got this thing. I still haven't installed it yet. This is a you know that pin that goes on your down below, hooked on to the shifter. There's a pin there that's always a pain to pull off. Well, this kind of alleviates that problem. So it's made by a company called Dino Designs. They call it the Tyrannosaur Tightener. Basically, the shift linkage at the end has a pin that's always a pain to pull off. And sometimes, I've seen guys put bolts on there. Well, this is supposed to make it easier to take off and install and stuff like that. Comes with the bushings, and so yeah, gotta put that on. Another thing I got in, there it is, the radiator cap for the K-tuned radiator cap. All the other ones that I have didn't fit or work with the K-tuned neck, so hopefully these ones will work, or hopefully this one will work. Another thing we got in was this guy. Ordered this from CJS Wiring. This is the switch panel for the ignition, starter, fuel pump, fans, and stuff like that, and as well as a power distribution block, or they call it the PDM. And so that's going to help out with the wiring. He basically had made like 12 of them and posted them online, and first come first serve, and luckily enough I was one of the people that got one. I do have to make a mounting plate for this that goes in the dash, and I have a piece of aluminum right there, 1/8 inch aluminum, that I'm going to use to make a mounting plate for this switch panel. I do have another piece of aluminum coming in, which is a little bit bigger than that guy, to mount the battery tray, ECU, and this. So it's going to be all mounted on the firewall on that piece of aluminum that I'm going to have to probably weld on some brackets and stuff like that. But right now I'm going to put all this stuff away, and then I got to blue these guys. I'm still waiting on the sheet of 1/8 inch titanium so I could make the dead pedal. Here are the pedals that I made out of titanium, and so yeah, I got to make a dead pedal to go with that. I have a piece of 1/8 inch titanium to make the dead pedal. I have some titanium screws coming in so I can screw in, drill a couple of holes, not all the way through, but drill a couple of holes on each corner, and then weld in a titanium bolt, an M3 I believe. And then I also have some powder coating clear powder, so I can powder coat these, so hopefully the finish will stay on through, you know, it being used. So it's my first time powder coating, so I'm going to try it. I do have the powder coating applicator gun and a small little oven, so I'm going to try that. so after Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday's weather phenomenon, all the snow is gone. And it's about 75, 80 degrees now. But, so I'm taking this chance now that the weather is good to do a couple of little things that I've been meaning to do. And that was clean up the rotors. They're spoon rotors to begin with. And they're pretty pricey for rotors. But they don't put a coating on them, any sort of a zinc coating or anything. And just from them sitting out here, you can see that they're just rusted to shit. So I was like, all right, I need to do something about that. And even if I, apply the brakes, it's going to, basically what I did was I took off the rotor, I used the wire wheel, took off all the rust, front and back, and I just sprayed them with caliper paint, high heat stuff. Now I know I sprayed the faces of the rotor on the front there, but when you press the brake, all that stuff's going to burn off anyways. And I just wanted to give it a little bit more protection from corrosion. I just didn't want it to just sit there because, like I say, this car's not going to be running until next summer, hopefully. And I wanted at least the center part of the rotor to be painted so it doesn't stay all just really nasty. So I was like, all right, I'll just do that. And while I was doing that, I had another major fail on my part. I had bought these axle nuts from Vane Stands. I had heard about these from Keep Gunning YouTube channel. He put these on his car, and I had been asking around, through the forums and stuff like that on Facebook web pages, or basically if anybody made titanium nuts for the axles. And of course nobody knew or replied, so I'm assuming that nobody knew about this. But I was watching one of Keep Gunning's parts. Where they were building an EK Honda Civic with a K series motor on it that they're actually giving away. So if you guys want to look at his channel, you can try and win that really awesome EK that they built. I had seen these that he had put on his car, and so I immediately contacted the company and asked them about them, and they said to go to this part of our webpage and you can order them, and I found them. So I ordered them. When I got the package, it said K series 36 millimeter titanium axle nuts. Now I was just hoping, just fingers crossed that they would fit on these axles, and of course they don't. These are too big. I took off that nut and tried to put these on, and they just slide over. They don't even fit at all. So that's, like I say, another major fail on my part. I should have did a little bit more homework. I was just really excited when I found these, and I was like, I'm just gonna buy them. They were like $80 for both of them. I don't know, maybe in the future I'll have a K-Series build, I don't know, and I could use them. But anyways, I put it back on. I got to do the other side, and I'm going to lift it up and then see if I can install part right here on to the shift linkage. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so now I know why they call this the impossible pin. God, this thing was a pain in the ass to take off. I had to actually grind the head off because it was kind of mushroomed on one end. And once I got it past that point, I had to cut a drill bit and make it flat, and then just keep on hammering away at it until it finally slid out. And that's what this is supposed to take care of. Instead of having to fight to pull this pin out like that guy, you just basically take off this little pin right here, and it slides out, and this kind of clamps onto it. And then of course this has these rubber or polyurethane bushings. Well, I don't think they're polyurethane, but they're plastic, and that kind of makes the shifting stiffer, supposedly. I don't know yet. So I'm going to go ahead and install this. So yesterday, after I installed that pin, I put the car in the trailer. So not to take it to storage, but to install this canopy that somebody had given me. Basically, he bought it and it was too small because he had a large truck. At first I thought it was one of those really small canopies, those pop-up type ones, and so yesterday I started putting it together, and this thing covers up the whole base. It's like the base that I made is 12 feet by 24, so this is 10 excuse me, 10 by 20, so it's a pretty good size. I put the frame up, and it's still a little bit early in the morning, so I'll probably come back this evening and put the top cover over the frame, and then put the walls up, and then you can screw it down with these guys. So basically, you know, it slides in, the base slides into that, and then you screw it down. So that's going to hold it in place and keep it from flying away, because you know, I really get some really crazy winds over here, and hopefully now that I put all of the fencing up over there and here, it's going to kind of create a barrier or a blockade for the wind, kind of slow it down, unless the wind comes from that side like it did last week and blew off the roof, which I gotta fix also. So as you just saw, these are done. All I did was I just put the clear coat on them, and this is the first time I've ever powder coated anything. This morning on my way to work, I had actually brought a little tiny toaster oven that I had, because you have to use an oven that's dedicated to just powder coating. So anytime you use an oven for powder coating, you can't use it to cook any food or anything like that, just because of the chemicals used in the powder coating material. So on my way to work, there was a lady had a yard sale and was selling this bigger one for $15. So I bought it, and it worked really good. And this powder coating system I had bought like 5-6 years ago maybe. from Harbor Freight, and it just sat in the box. I can't even remember what I used it for or bought it for. I think what I did was I bought it. I bought it to do some parts on the Ruckus, and because I thought you could just use a regular gas oven, and when I started reading how to do it, found that you have to use, you can't use a gas oven, you have to use an electric oven, and yada yada, you know. So basically, I never used it, and so it sat, and decided to pull it out today. And the powder itself, I bought on eBay, the powder coat store. Shipped it really quick, and it looks like it worked really good. I just used like 4 heaping tablespoons inside the cup, and it was able to do the petals, and they stayed pretty good, it looks like. I didn't do the back because they're going to be mounted flush, and as you can see, I did weld a couple of studs on the back. These are titanium as well. I found these, I can't remember where I found them, but I found them. They're M3s. Hopefully they're long enough to where I can screw them on. We'll see. Just kind of want to give a shout out to all of the subscribers, firstly, that watch the videos. I know I don't get a lot of views, but still, you know, I appreciate it. It's kind of a lot of work, recording and editing on top of all the other stuff that I have to do. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And if you guys want to share, hopefully tell, you know, other people about this channel. And also Brady Pemper at Soul Creations 365 for the cowl. Again, look him up, and you can get yourself. He's doing some other work, has other ideas that he's doing, as well as other applications. So if you guys want to look at his stuff, I'll post another link below the video, and take a look at what he's doing. I wish that I would have actually gotten a lot more supporters, or people, you know, that would, you know, I've reached out to several companies trying to get some support for building the vehicle, you know, either a discount through parts, whatever. It just doesn't seem like it's a thing that companies want to do nowadays, unless you're followed by hundreds of thousands or millions of people. But you know, I put a lot of hard work into this car. This is my 2nd year doing it, and it's getting really close. Like I said, I just got to do the wiring, just little tiny things on the interior, and it's ready to go. So hopefully, building this kind of outdoor canopy cover, I can actually keep it at the house. I won't have to put it in storage and kind of forget about it. Again, thanks. Give it a thumbs up, guys. And if you guys have any questions, just put a comment down below, and if I see it, I'll get to you. Like I say, sometimes I get notifications of comments, and I go back through my old videos and kind of see that somebody posted something like 6 months ago, and I never got a notification for it. So go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, share, comment, and thanks for watching.